Thank you, amazing friends, for tuning in. I'm excited to have a little bit more time to make more YouTubes, share more information with everybody. Even though we were under quarantine and weren't able to go out and face paint, many of us are still under quarantine, I found myself like not as motivated to paint and create. But the good news is that the more that you push yourself, the more you can get yourself out of that funk and just keep on going. So as many of us are finding that we're getting more calls are picking up to resume our face painting, our balloon services, our entertainment, our parties. There's different areas of the world that are affected differently, so I am definitely not here to point my finger at anybody. I just want to help you guys create good, healthy habits in going forward as you resume face painting. So the first thing, this video is actually going to be 3 different arm designs using the Glorious Black Velvet Cakes. I worked with Nyomie Mccook. She's awesome, fabulous, and the color scheme is kind of like a pearl and a black. And when I created it with her, I initially just created it to do these beautiful kind of soft, black, elegant roses. But I'm finding that I use it for a multitude of things, so I'm going to show you 3 ways to rock that particular cake. The other thing is I want to remind you, well, in addition to just rocking that cake, they're going to be arm designs. Now, I never thought I'd be like pushing for arm designs, but if you are interested in getting back to painting, it's a good way to start. Just start offering things on the arm. Make sure you're sanitizing your brushes and your water in between uses with brush bath. Make sure you check out that video for how it works. And we also made these awesome face painter shields. And I will tell you, for my sons, they asked me to face paint for their little summer camp, and I was nervous. I was really nervous. My emotions were running high. So once I put on my face painter shield, I will tell you. Now, many people are saying shields don't work. What shields do is they protect your eyes. So you can always wear a mask underneath it if you want that extra precaution, but they protect your eyes and you touching your own face. Now, I will tell you, as I was painting and wearing my mask, I'll put it on, right? So I'm wearing my shield painting, and I didn't realize how many times of the day I touch my eyes. So as I was face painting, I was thinking to myself, whoa, this shield acts for 2 purposes. 1, to protect my eyes, but 2, to keep me from touching myself. Because I found that I was subconsciously just rubbing my eyes or rubbing my nose, and those are all the things that create more scenarios where we can spread germs. So if nothing else, the face paint shield is going to help you to just, like I said, create better habits, retrain your mind so that you're not always touching your face, because those are one surefire way to spread germs. So as always, thanks for joining me. For those of you that are part of the Fava TV family, I have an exciting day. New classes premiered today, new special guest instructors. So I encourage you to stay motivated, invest in yourself, and join the Fava TV family, because we love having you. All right, guys, let's have some fun with some arm art. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is just take your black velvet cake and load it up. Now, to start with, you're gonna start with almost like a big comma. Okay, so you want that round top, and you're going to bring it and swoop it around, and then from this side you're going to connect it. Okay, so it's essentially creating almost like a humongous comma. Okay, so then at the bottom you're going to come out, swoop it in so you get that nice sharp tail, and bring it back up. And here you're going to make almost like the same stroke. So come down and then kind of swoop it in. Then from the top, you're going to mimic that right here. So I'm just going to kind of make that line, and then I'm going to swoop it in. Okay?
Wait, Mom.
Okay. So now you have the basic shape of your shark, okay? So you have your bottom fin, your top fin, and your tail. Okay, so now I'm going to take a big drop brush and some white, and I don't want it to be super opaque, so I'm just going to kind of wash out some of it on my brush. And then all I'm going to do is kind of create an underbelly inside. Okay, just drag that all the way down. So while this is drying, I'm going to take an Arty cake that has blues in it. This one is icy, and all I'm going to do is, using the sharper tip with the same brush, just load up with white on that edge. Everything else. All right, so the cool thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of like fun splashes and waves. So what I like to do is make a line and kind of just create that jagged zigzag effect like that on both sides. So just come out here, kind of zigzag it to give it that fun splashing appearance on top. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of red and a number 3 round swirl brush. From kind of like the middle point of the undermouth, I'm going to just draw the smile. Okay, so I just kind of create this smile just like this. Okay, because I like a happy mean shark, if there's such a thing. Next, taking some black and that same number 3 brush, I'm going to just give the whole entire thing an outline. So and then for the eye, I like to make the eye kind of like a comma and a circle, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it back in with white. Now I'm going to go over to the fins, like this one up here, straight line, and kind of curve it in like that because you want it to be curved. And then here, the same thing, straight line, kind of give it more of that curve in. Okay. Now, what is it missing? It's missing its gills and teeth, of course. All right, so here's the gills right inside of here. Then for the teeth, the wetter your brush is, the easier it is to kind of make these shark teeth, which is like a zigzag. And notice how I'm working the top of my brush, okay? So that gives it those really nice sharp teeth. Then I'm gonna put a little dot there and add some more white around the eye to make it. Another fun way to embellish this design is to give the whole thing an outline in white. So last but not least, I'm gonna take a little sponge, little bit of white paint. You want to make sure that it's drier, not wetter. If it's wet, then it's just gonna smear. And I take one of my favorite stencils. These are the halftones from the graffiti set, and they're just a great way to kind of add a little bit of an embellishment to your design to make it pop, right? So I'll just put a few here and a few there. Voila! It's a fun shark design. Okay, so for this design, we're gonna do a cool airplane. Airplanes are coming back in style, and I'm always looking for a fun, easy airplane to paint that's relatively fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start off with this kind of a half circle, and then I'm gonna come up and just make kind of like a straight line. And then from the bottom, I'm going to kind of connect that straight line like this. This is the bottom of the plane. From here, I like to come up like that. And from the top, I also like to create almost like a slanted line and then extend and bring it down. Okay? So then halfway from the top, I'm going to create like another L shape, right? And then from the bottom, I'm just going to I'm going to swing this out as well, and then make a straight line and bring that in as well. Then I'm going to make a little triangle here, a straight line down, and bring it in. Okay, so here's the beginning of your plane. So next, pick up your Arty cake, one that has blues and whites in it, and using the sharper edge, you're gonna pick up the white. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to kind of create some clouds around my plane. So see, I'm just gonna kind of roll my brush to create that kind of clouded effect, because this plane is flying through the clouds. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is from this little kind of dip, you're gonna create the window where the pilot looks from. So I'm just gonna come up and create almost like a kidney bean shape, okay? Then I'm going to start tracing my entire plane. So just like my shark, you're gonna trace the entire outline. Now right underneath this wing is where the jets are, so I'm just gonna create these two kind of half circles there, okay? Just like that. Then here, gonna create this wing and this one as well. So you see how our plane is coming together rather nicely? Then there's a little door right here. It's usually how people get on and off of the plane. And then you can make your little window. You can just kind of tap in these windows all along the plane. Just like so. I'm just gonna create those jet streams on the wings and add a little bit of highlights. So then what I'm going to do is take this stencil. This is one of my favorite stencils too. It is coincidentally part of the Wiser Tattoo Pro collection. But these are supposed to be bubbles, I think. They look like clouds to me. And I like to use them as clouds. So I would just kind of define those cloud edges. Then, last but not least, this part is totally optional. You can add a fun rainbow, because you know what, kids always love rainbows. So you can take this Arty cake, the rainbow one. I believe this is in the Leanne's collection. Flat from the top of your cloud, you're gonna press, press, and drag. And here you have an awesome plane flying with a rainbow above to add that extra special little bit of fun to the design. Because again, look, at this rate, it takes up the entire arm, which is fun, and it kind of gets your customers really excited about arm art. So I'm gonna just start off by making kind of like a nice oval shape, just like this. And then using my same big drop brush, then I'm just gonna make like one jelly bean, kind of that's what it feels like that, and then one right here, okay? And then I'm going to make one little ear here, which is kind of like a half circle, and then another one up here. Okay. So while that's drying, now you can add like a rainbow, flowers, whatever you want to do to kind of jazz it up, right? So I just take my Flower Power brush. This is a petal brush, and I just load it up with white. You want to get a lot on the bristles, so it's going to make it easier to, one, double dip, and two, to make a bunch of petals. Another color, and dip the tip in it to add another color. So the way that this brush works is, I'll do a little sample here, not part of the design, is you just press, and the harder that you press, the wider the flower petal is. Okay, so you can make these perfect double dipped flowers. So we're going to put one right here. So press, press, in a circle right there. Okay, and you can also add a few more little petals on each side, only if you want. I'm going to use Leanne's rainbow. This one is like a neon rainbow. I love it. As you can tell, I'm almost out. Starting here at the hand, I'm just going to press. Then I'm going to take my black velvet cake again, load it all up with the black on the edge so that I can just create some outlines. So the first thing I'm going to do is just outline these little hands, just like that, using that black all the way around, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing by just outlining the entire bear, just like that. Then, because this is kind of like a sleeping panda, I'm going to just make those panda eyes just like that. See? Now taking some black, I'm going to just add those little details. I'm going to make these little kind of swoops. And then make my little nose. I like to make a heart to make it, you know, cuter. But you can just do a round nose. This is obviously up to you. And then I make my little smile. Maybe add a few little dots right inside of there. And then I'm just going to trace this entire design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge you to make teardrops heading up. So what I'm going to do is start thin, drag and press, drag and press. Just like that, same thing, drag and press. Okay, so you see that'll give you the opportunity to kind of decorate this design any way that you want. If you wanted to, so let's just put a name right here. If I wanted to put the name Leah, because then you can make it more customized and personal to them. And then you can finish it off by just adding a series of dots to connect. Okay? And if you wanted to, just bring in a few more teardrops. Always a personal choice. Okay, I like to mix glitter cream, which is like a cream glitter that you can actually put over the design. But I like to kind of use it as, since it's a chunkier cut, kind of on the edges so that it doesn't overpower, and maybe like up there. And then I take my fine glitter, my Mama Clown glitter, and I just tap it right on top for what? For that extra sparkle, because then it sticks to the glitter cream. And you see, then you have this super fast, super easy arm design of this little one-stroke bear, which I think is so much fun to do. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Guys, there are a million ways to get creative with arm art, right? I'm so used to painting the whole face and I love it, but for now, I'm more comfortable just painting the arms. And here are 3 fun designs using the black velvet cake. I hope you enjoyed. As always, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Why? Because I don't want you guys to miss any of the fun. Alright, thanks guys for joining me. Make sure you tune into Faba TV. Ashley Henson premiered today, and I love that class. Zuri premiered last week. So we have great things going on Faba TV. We just want you to be part of the fun and not to miss out. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.